Since a long time, the Weser was meant something dividing, a natural border that residents on both sides of the river had to overcome. First with ships and then with ferries, crossing the river in stormy and icy weather conditions. In 1864, the construction of a chain bridge provided direct access to the train station built for the factory traffic of the ironwork company Friedrichshütte, which operated in the Barkhauser area. Heavier loads and farm animals had to be transported on a ferry for a longer period of time. Access to the ferry was located in extension of the Fährstraße. The bridge initially remained closed for all types of traffic and farm animals. It was released for public pedestrian in 1866. Pedestrians had to pay a fee of about 2 to 6 Pfennig. After World War I, the cement factory Porta Westfalica, owned by W. and A. Schwarze, operated on the site of the former Friedrichshütte company. The ownership of the bridge changed to Schwarze as well. D-Day on June 6 in 1944, Western Allied troops landed in Normandy, the turning point of development of World War II. The Allied troops advanced towards the center of Germany, crossed the Rhine and finally reached the Weser at the Porta Westfalica area on April 6th. After the American troops crossed the Weser River, they captured German soldiers, POW, the abbreviation for prisoner of war. As the front line of the Allies was getting closer and closer, the chain bridge, which was completely unimportant for the defense, got destroyed by a German military unit on April 3rd in 1945. Also, the railway bridge further north, the so-called Green Bridge, got destroyed. Early in the morning of April 6th, American troops crossed the Weser River south of the railway bridge in assault boats. They immediately began to build a treatway bridge right next to the destroyed chain bridge. Later permission was given to civilians to pass the bridge. Heavy tanks crossed the second treatway bridge towards the right bank of the Weser. The glass factory can be seen in the background. On the far left, the houses of the factory worker families were located. This district was called Fischerstadt. The ferry was the only connection between the riversides. Operations often had to be stopped during flooding or bad weather conditions in wintertime. Short time later, a York cable ferrier was set up. People who had at most one bicycle with them was allowed to use the ferry. Of the numerous designs, the steel construction proposal from Johannes Dornen met requirements. On the 1st of August in 1951, the construction of the second bridge started. The structure would have a single hollow beam for main load instead of the previously common solution. "90 years after the old chain bridge was built, a new and larger bridge was opened for traffic on the 29th of May in 1954. Good luck for the bridge, good luck for the country and the united Germany in a peaceful Europe." With these words, Dr. Streeter, Minister of Vehicle and Transportation in North Rhine-Westphalia, released the bridge for its determination. After the third Weser Bridge was inaugurated in 1995, the steel history, as the press called it, got demolished the following year. The bridge is part of the Highway B61, which includes the so-called pear-shaped junction in Minden, which was planned to finish in the following year. It is a steel composite structure with two separate steel hollow profiles and a transversely pre-stressed reinforced concrete slab. The construction of the bridge started in 1993 and project was finished after almost 3 years. About 1,000 curious onlookers watched the cutting of the barrier tape by the mayor of Porta, Westfalica, Heinrich Schäfer. The cost for the bridge came up to 33 million Deutschmark. The entire project cost, inclusive roadwork on both sides, came up to 70 million Deutschmark. In 1936, the Klöckner Company resumed the production of ore at Häferstedt. For transportation of the ore, a railway bridge was built between Barkhausen and Nesen. On the 3rd of April in 1945, the so-called Green Bridge was destroyed by a German army unit. They demolished a bridge pillar so that the bridge was dropped towards the eastern side for years. The destroyed bridge was used by the population for a long time, ignoring the danger. After the bridge was brought back in place, the transportation of the ore continued till 1947. For a short time, passenger traffic to Minden was carried out. On 30th of May in 1976, the railway line finally got closed. Rivers are also having a separating characteristic. What's happening on the other side remains hidden for people as long as they do not have access to the other side. If there wasn't a ford, boats operated as ferries, later bridges, such as those built in a variety in the Porta Westfalica area. A natural gap between people was bridged. People from Barkhausen on the left bank of the Weser and on the opposite riverside the districts Hausbergenesen and Leerberg were united. The bridge formed the basis for the founded city Porta Westfalica.